This one is that healing work of the Comforter. Remember that word, parakleton or paraclete? It's how it means advocate, comforter, and healer altogether. Renewal is the result of healing. It's to be made new again, to be made new and whole. What we often feel and what we experience when we experience grief is that we feel broken and damaged. Like we're just broken. We've come apart. And recovering from it is the picture of being restored to full goodness. So, in 1965, my grandpa, here in San Diego, he bought a brand new 1965 Chevy El Camino, drove it off the lot. And, a few years after that, I ended up giving it to my dad, and we had this El Camino all growing up. It just kind of sat in the garage and rotted away, ugly thing, And, then I was in high school, and I got my driver's license, and one of my best friends, he ended up getting this 1965 Mustang that was all cherried out. And so then I went in the garage and I started to look at that El Camino a little bit differently. And so I somehow convinced, it was a terrible mess, but I could see the potential. And so I somehow convinced my dad to dump a bunch of money in it. And we had body work done, paint job, got like all new chrome for it, had the engine rebuilt and all shiny inside, and I was putting my own money into it, working on this car. And then when it was fully restored, I put it in this car show. And it was really, really cool. Just fully restored to its original condition, just like it was new. I think I have a picture of it for you. That's the 65 El Camino. So he told me that I could have it once I owned my own house and had a garage. And now I do, and he doesn't want to let it go. So, we're fighting about it right now. Family conflict, big family conflict. But that's mine, okay? That's the picture of being renewed or restored. David, who wrote Psalm 23, he wrote another psalm, Psalm 51. And he wrote it after he had cheated on his wife and wrongfully had his mistress's husband killed. A pretty gnarly thing that went down. God broke him down to a little while after that into sorrow and repentance, and he prayed, and he wrote down his prayer, and he asked God to heal him and to restore him. Here's what he wrote in Isaiah 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Renew a right spirit in me. So think, we have the ability and the know-how to restore physical objects like a car. God knows how to do that to a human being. He knows how to do that to a human person's soul, to restore it. Sometimes we're broken because of our own sin, like David falling into lust and adultery. Sometimes we're broken because of a sin that's done unto us. Like, ever thought about David's wife that he cheated on, how she felt? The sin that was done unto her. Sometimes we're broken simply because we live in a broken world where there's death, disease, and disaster. But the good news is, no matter what the cause is, God can fix it. God can heal. God has the ability and the know-how to renew a person's soul, to renew a human being. And this is one of the biggest comforts of all, to get back what we feel like is lost, that we lost ourselves. And we get to be made whole again. That God makes us whole. Some of you today, what you really need is you just need your spirit renewed. Your spirit feels broken down. You feel like you've lost the life of life. You need to be renewed and restored. Please hear and know that God promises that to all who look to him and trust in his name, the Comforter.